Well, everybody, welcome to the Old Time Variety Show at Maine Fiddle Camp. And we were having a fantastic camp, so really looking forward to more here. And we've got a fantastic variety show, so I'm going to introduce our host and MC for tonight's fabulous Old Time Variety Show. Please make welcome Glen Loper.
Hey, everybody. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm psyched for the variety show. If you're new to Maine Fiddle Camp, one of the things we love to do is just give people the opportunity to perform. People love to come to learn, but they also like to share what they're working on. So we had one camper concert earlier in the day, and that was great. We had some people, I think one person was their first time performing ever, and it was awesome. We all loved it. There's another one coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So if you're at all inclined to do something, just let us know. You can even sign up at the last minute. But we've got a jam-packed virtual variety show for you. We put out the call to the Fiddle Camp world, and people replied, and they gave us some really great acts. We've got some really great stuff. We've got some songs. We've got some fiddle tunes. We've got some skit kind of things. I think it's going to be a really, really great ride. I needed an assistant, and so I got the best one I could find, Doug Protsik, who will join us here. Oh, hey, there he is.
There he is. Yes, I'm your stage manager.
Yeah.
And also, maybe we could have just a brief look at our engineer for tonight, Neil Perlman. There he
Hello.
is. Hey, all right. We're going to have a great show. Thanks, Neil.
No problem.
And he'll be pushing the magic buttons, and you'll be doing the emceeing, and I'll be interjecting wherever possible. Okay. So now, after this wonderful show, everybody at Virtual Maine Fiddle Camp is going to go back to the main tent, where we're going to have our closing night ceremony with a lullaby-a-rama. So bring your favorite lullaby to present. We're going to have more than one lullaby tonight, and that's what's happening right after the show. But meanwhile, Glenn, take it away. What do we got for our first act?
All right. Well, we're going to kick things off with a Maine Fiddle Camp favorite. You may know him as the leader of the Ukuleles. Kenny Raskin has been joining us for a number of years, but you may not know he's had a fantastic career as a physical comedian and stage performer. So he submitted an act. He's going to be joined by his fellow clown extraordinaire Kevin Brooking, and together they are known as the Garbanzo Brothers, and they've got a song called "Be Happy." I think it's a good one for Fiddle Camp. So take it away, Garbanzo Brothers.
If you're getting tired of climbing up the walls, or bouncing off the ceiling, or pacing through the halls, here's a little ditty. We hope you find it witty, and you won't be so blue. It could change your point of view. Ooh. A 1, 2. A 1, 2, 3.
Be happy, be happy, be happy. Happy as a foot in a shoe, happy as a pocket in a kangaroo, happy as the ink in your tattoo, happy.
Happy as a coconut in a pie, happy as a suntan in July, happy as a sparkle in your eye. I'm happy.
You can be the pillow when I'll be the head.
You could be the jelly, I'll be the bread.
Happy,
I'm happy, I'm happy. hoop. Happy as the crackers in your soup. Happy as a dog who's got a bone. I'm happy.
Happy as a corner in your room. Happy as the smell of your perfume. Happy as the melody of this tune. I'm happy.
You can be the cream, I'll be the cheese.
You can be the hanky and I'll be the sneeze. Ha, ha, choo! Well, the docs and the nurses are working all day
To chase this evil bug away, so we can all go out and play and be happy.
and
Be happy.
and
Be happy.
Oh man, that is a catchy song. And that's the kind of lyric that I can remember. Be happy. Thanks, guys. The Garbanzo brothers, Kevin Brooking and our own Kenny Raskin. Those guys are full of beans. If you thought you might have falafel when you were watching the video, you didn't have to worry. It was going to be okay. Just be happy. So great. We kicked things off with a song. We got to have some tunes. And at Maine Fiddle Camp, you're going to find all sorts of fiddle music. New England, Irish tunes, old-time tunes, French-Canadian tunes. There's been a lot of Scandinavian music, too, that sort of popped up a lot recently. And we got this great submission from Stacy Small-Lawrence, who's going to join us from her front porch down in Maryland for a Scandinavian tune, some special guests. So I can't wait to hear it. I hope you enjoy it. Take it away, Stacy.
Hello, Maine Fiddle Camp. I'm Stacy, and I'm here with my friends, the Gaddies, Sherston and Cliff, fellow members of Washington Spelmanslag. And we are going to play a little Finnish tune for you today with a Swedish title, Talioxen. And Talioxen is a little bird. You might listen for the song of the little bird in the tune. So I'm going to be playing on a very underrepresented instrument at Maine Fiddle Camp, the viola. And I've played the viola for exactly 1 day. This is my rescue viola. I just got it out of the hospital. So let's see how it goes. And it sounds like we're going to be backed by a beautiful chorus of Maryland cicadas. Take it away, Sherston.
All right, Stacy Small-Lawrence, thanks so much for that tune. We were really lucky that they could book the Cicadas for that gig. That they book way out, like every 17 years. So it's really hard to get them to sort of come into the studio to record that stuff. And who knew that they knew how to play Finnish music? I think that's pretty cool. And you saw it here at the virtual variety show. Well, next up, we'll hear some different kinds of tunes. We're going to travel north of the border to Canada. And our next fiddle camper is Nadine Simmons, and she's got 2 fiddle tunes for us. I knew the second one when I heard it. It's a classic session tune, The Devil's Dream. But I didn't know the first one, and it turns out it's kind of regional, which is cool. The first one she's going to do is a waltz called The Waltz of Quinn Haven by Don Pettigrew. So let's turn it over to Nadine Simmons and enjoy. All right, Nadine, I love those big finishes, sort of those big endings. That was great. If you've been catching some of the concerts this weekend, you may have heard a few people mention David Kaynor, and we're gonna take a minute now to sort of recognize him. If you've never been to Maine Fiddle Camp, one thing we like to do is sort of honor the old timers of all sorts. So from New Hampshire, we usually have Dudley Loffman and Sylvia Misko come. Before he passed, we had Bob McQuillan, the great New Hampshire piano player, come. And back in 2019, we had David Kaynor come and visit us. If you haven't heard of David, he was just a fantastic fiddle player, dance caller, raconteur, kind of a one-of-a-kind kind of guy. And unfortunately passed away of ALS recently. It was such a treat to have him come join us at Maine Fiddle Camp back in 2019. I can remember this awesome Swedish jam that actually happened in the garlic shed. Bennett Knesny had brought a bunch of garlic and it was hanging up to dry. And it's kind of like a hut, and everyone is sort of piled into this hut, and we're just playing this beautiful Swedish tunes with all sorts of harmonies. Dave was also a master of harmony. So before he left us, the Country Dance and Song Society honored David Kaynor with a Lifetime Achievement Award. And Maine Fiddle Camp staff member Stuart Kenny made this video with his son Matt to honor him, and we'd like to show it now.
Well, I'm so excited today to be here honoring David Kaynor for his Lifetime Achievement Award. I can't think of a more fitting human being to receive this award. David has this impeccable ability to read his room. So if he sees a busload of kids coming in from one of the local colleges, he'll move it so they feel included. But if he sees, a full line of experienced people and they've been there all night, he's going to throw them, a fastball of a harder dance. So he has this incredible ability to read his crowd, and so everyone feels like they're not over their head. Again, it's a social dance, and David always had everyone feel welcome, whether it was the back row band people, the people just walking in off the street. Just incredible. Probably the likes of it we won't see in the future, because his ability to draw in everyone to be part of this conscientious scene is a really important work, and David has succeeded in this mission of his through the years to bring this to all of us. So a big thing about David that just excites me when I think back to it is how many futures of acoustic musicians that he has invited to be who they are today, or he is just like, and then you think about the people that he started on fiddle, and then those people become fiddle teachers. Then all of a sudden they'd have students, and it all started at David's chair, passing along his goodwill to all of us. And there are so many hundreds of people that would attribute their fiddle music, their American fiddle music, to David Kaynor's American fiddle music. Years ago, back in '84, I came walking into this beautiful hall with my upright bass, and David had invited me to come play that evening. And at the end of that gig, he said, "What are you doing in 2 weeks when we come back?" And I said, "Well, I can come over and play again, David." That got my whole career starting. I was a young man, and I didn't really know what I was doing so much, but he just welcomed me in and said, follow the guitar, play the notes, ask what they're playing. And I really learned how to play bass in this room. That inclusion, he has done it multiple times in his lifetime, of including all of our back row band people. Our back row band people were playing and jamming back there as important as the people up front. And then all of a sudden they're sitting front row because they got their chops together, and just so inclusive. That's the big thing. I get goosebumps just talking about how inclusive David is. When I think about David and his contributions through the years, I think about mentorship. The thing about mentorship that David includes all is that he never held back in mentoring all of us. The great mentor doesn't hold back, and they share it all. And David is an incredible mentor to me and so many people, and I am floored to have had an experience to play with David for so many years, and I just look forward to keeping the rhythms going and playing them in my head and creating more pieces through the influence of David in my life. Huge congratulations to you, David, for this amazing achievement, and it goes to such an honorable human being. Thank you. Thank you, Maddie.
It was good.
Yeah, I got choked up one point earlier on, and I almost did there.
Yeah.
That's a good thing,
there have been a couple of questions about why are we here? And we're here for the Guiding Star Grange Hall fundraiser event put on by the Friends of the Guiding Star Grange. Many of whom are on the stage, but more of whom are on the dance floor. And anybody who isn't yet a member.
Thanks so much, Stuart. I realize some of you may not have heard of David Kaynor before, but I think even if you didn't know him, a lot of the things Stuart talked about, I think, are just such core things here at Maine Fiddle Camp. You know, just mentorship, not holding back, you know, inspiring new generations, just sharing music. And David Kaynor just made his life doing that. And it just feels good to stop and appreciate that. One of the things Stuart talked about in that video was how David, you know, mentored generations of future musicians, including Stuart himself. I think another one of these people was Lissa Schneckenberger. I think I remember the first album I heard of hers, the Mad Hatter, I think had David Kaynor on it. And she sent us in a video, and she's going to play with Corey DeMario. And they're going to start off with a tune written by David called The Sustainers that he wrote kind of as a tribute to the people who were helping him the last few years. And then they're going to follow it with a tune that Lissa wrote called The Snowdrop Reel. So let's turn it over to Lissa and Corey. All right, big thanks to Listen Corey for those beautiful tunes. Really great to hear. Well, we're gonna move on to another staff performer. You may have had a chance to take her Banjo Frailing Classics workshop a little earlier in the day. Jennifer Armstrong is a Maine Fiddle Camp favorite. She plays everything from bagpipes to banjos to fiddle, and she's known nationally as a really fine storyteller. And today she's brought along her guitar, and she's got a beautiful song for us to check out. So let's listen to Jennifer.
Hello, dear Maine Fiddle Campers. So good to be with you again. I've just rediscovered this wonderful open C guitar tuning that a friend of mine named Joseph Sobel showed me years ago. It's C, C, G, C, G, C, D. And this is a wonderful song by Ann Lister called Icarus. I never wanted to fly high. I was too fond of walking when you said you'd touch the sky. I thought it was just your way of talking when you said you'd build some wings. Find out how it could be done. I was doubtful of everything. I never thought you'd reach the sun. But you were so clever with your hands. I watched you for hours with the glue and the rubber bands, the feathers, the lace, the flowers, and the finished wings shone so bright, like some bird of glory. I began to envy you, your flight, like some old hero story. And you tried to get me to go with you. You tried always to dare me, but I looked into the sky so blue. I thought the heights would scare me, but I carried your wings for you up the path to the cliff face, kissed you goodbye, and watched your eyes already bright with sunlight. And I believed all you had said. I believed all you told me. You'd do a thing no one had ever done. You touched the stars just to please me. Then I saw your wide wings fail, saw your feathers falter, watched you drop like a ball of gold into the dark green water. Some are born to fly high, some are born to follow, some are born to touch the sky. Some walk through the hollow, but as I saw your body fall, I knew really you had won, for your grave was not the earth, but the reflection of the sun. ever wanted to fly high.
It's a beautiful song, Jennifer. Thanks for sharing that with us. I misspoke a second ago. I mentioned Jennifer's reeling banjo workshop like it was past tense, but it's actually tomorrow at 10:30. So if you'd like to hang out with Jennifer, you could do it then. Also, Lisa Steckenberger, who was just before that, has a 10:30 workshop, How to Learn by Ear. So I hope you've been enjoying the specialty workshops, and there's a few more tomorrow you can check out on the website. Moving forward, we're going to hear from some campers this time. So this is our third virtual camp. This is our third virtual variety show, and we've been really lucky to get submissions from this trio each and every time. It's a trio of siblings. It's Elijah, Isabel, and Guinevere Cocky. I think they may be down from Virginia. I should have double checked that. Anyway, they've got great tunes. They've got their own t-shirts, great video editing, and a sweet name. So please make them feel welcome, the Folk Villains.
Hi, it's Folk Villains coming to you again from the front of our fireplace. And today, we'll be recording for y'all another tune I learned from my amazing teacher, Mrs. Ellen Goller. We learned a lot of tunes, as you can tell. We even learned some more of them. We're not going to record all of them. Yeah, but another one of the amazing tunes I learned from my amazing teacher. Very amazing. Lots of amazingness. My teacher, Mrs. Ellen Goller, from the virtual Maine Fiddle Camp, went to audition a couple months ago. The song is Brendan Tonvers. Alright, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Like, subscribe, and follow us on our Instagram. Thank you all. Have a great week.
Yeah, the Folk Villains. Now, I'm not saying that you've got to put shameless Maine Fiddle Camp shout-outs in your submissions. I'm not saying that's the reason we put that one in there, but I'm not saying it's not the reason we put that one in there. You know, it never hurts. Shameless shout-outs are what we're all about. So we're going to have another camper act. It's going to be great. Another friend of ours who's been at all these virtual camps is Lewis Eads from Evansville, Indiana. I've got to hang out with him when I've taught the woodpickers. Great guy. Love seeing him every year. And another thing I love are Hank Williams songs, and he's picked out a great one that I don't get to hear too often called The Lost Highway. So let's turn it over to Lewis.
I'm a rolling stone, all alone and lost, for a life of sin I have paid a cost. As I pass by, all the people say it's just another guy on that lost highway. It's just a deck of cards and a jug of wine. started rolling down that lost highway. I was just a lad, nearly 22, neither good nor bad, just a kid like you. And now I'm lost, too late to pray. Lord, I paid a cost on that lost highway. Now, boys, don't start your rambling around on the road of sin. Are you sorrow bound? Take my advice, or you'll curse the day. Started rolling down that lost highway. Started rolling down that lost highway.
Thanks, Lewis. I love those lonesome sounding songs. Oh, it's done.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey.
Hey, man, the show's going great. And,
Oh, good.
Wow. I love every act so far. And The Lost Highway, what a great old-time country song.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we might have – I heard a rumor that somebody might be showing up for the variety show that has done this in the past at Maine Fiddle Camp. So I just, as the stage manager, I wanted to alert you that maybe sometime in the not too distant future, we might have to squeeze in a special act. So I know that might throw everybody off, but I tell you, it's happened before. Anyway, just a little bit of an alert. And but meanwhile, on with the show. But everybody, stay tuned.
Okay, thanks for the heads up. Man, I printed out all these papers. I feel like they just might go out the window. You just never know what's going to happen in these live streams. Well, it's okay. We won't worry about it now. It'll happen when it happens. Anyway, thanks to Lewis. I'm going to be singing that one for a day or two. We've got some more staff members who are going to play for us now. 3 great Maine Fiddle Camp teachers, Pam Weeks, Bill Olson, and Jim Joseph. Together, they're known as Tiakadee. If you're interested in online jamming, you may have known that they do an online jam every Tuesday on Facebook, mini concert, and then a jam afterwards. And they're going to join us now to play 2 tunes by and in honor of David Kaynor, who we talked a little about a little earlier. And the tunes are the Montague Processional and Richard's Jig. So we'll turn it over to them. All right, thank you, Tiakadee. What a beautiful musical tribute for David. Well, next up, normally this camp I've kind of been behind the scenes or helping out with tech. Normally I get to co-teach the woodpickers with our next guest, Baron Collins Hill. Baron's a great teacher. He runs a website called mandolessons.com that has helped busloads of people learn more about playing the mandolin, which means somewhere out there are busloads of mandolin players. So think about the next time you're on the highway, who else is out there with you? He's quietly amassing an arsenal of stringed instruments, if you ever watched his live streams. And he's selected, I think, a 10-string mandola for this outing. And he's going to treat us to a great old tune called The Acorn Stomp. Take it away, Baron. Oh yeah, stomp that acorn. Thanks, Baron. Hey, do you guys like marches? I like marches. Let's have a march. Next up, we got another camper act. The Weyland family has been coming to Maine Fiddle Camp for a bunch of years, and during the pandemic, Brian and his family are making some great music videos, and we've been fortunate enough to have them send one to us. And this is one of my favorite dance tunes that I love to play for a march sometimes, called the Highland Laddie. Let's check it out. All right, Brian and Aiden. Great tune. All right. Well, hey, I'm really excited.
Wait a minute. Hold it, Glenn. Hold it. I hate to interrupt the show, but by the way, this is a fantastic variety show. But son of a gun, it's happened again. Another Maine Fiddle Camp tradition, during the middle of the variety show, sometimes we're visited by Ranger Paul, who roams the woods of Maine constantly, day and night, searching out nature, helping to educate people and warn them of potential dangers. And he's made numerous kind of spontaneous appearances at the Maine Fiddle Camp Old Time Variety Show. And son of a gun, don't you know it? But I heard he's coming in, so I'm hoping that he'll be here any moment. Is Ranger Paul there perchance? What do you know? It's Ranger Paul again. Oh, it is good to see you, Ranger Paul.
Oh, it's good to see you, Doug. By Godfrey, it's good to see you. It's been way too long. Way too long.
It's been a long time since Ranger Paul has made an appearance at the Old Time Variety Show. It's about time, but boy, it's been a while. I imagine you have something new cooking up your sleeve these days.
Doug, number one, I want to thank you for putting me on assignment to keep tabs on camp, because everybody moved out, and you know what happens when everybody moves out? The animals move in. Yeah. Oh, I've been up there scrabbling with skunks and porcupines and squirrels and chipmunks. They've been getting into the cabins, and they've been raising holy heck with that place, Doug. But I've been on it. I've been trapping them out, been live trapping them, and I bring them down to Portland where they come from, and I set them loose down there, and by Godfrey, they come right back.
I know they do it every time, but somebody's got to do it.
Makes me crazy, Doug, but I'm on it for you.
Well,
you hired the right man for the job, and I just want to let you know that I'm on it.
So glad to hear that you're on it, but I also heard a rumor that you're kind of getting famous or something.
Let me tell you, there is some weird stuff going on down there. There is some really, really weird stuff. Well, I found some evidence of something that I've been warning you about for a decade now. Nobody seems to listen to me, but I found some evidence this time, and I got a fella come up with a camera, with one of them movie cameras. We went down to the lakeside and we documented something. And I just want you to take a look at what I found, and you tell me what you think.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at what you found.
Yeah. Thank you very much. When a hiker falls, you call Ranger Paul. Who's gonna care for a wounded bear? That'd be Ranger Paul. Who can deduce a moose from a goose? That's Ranger Paul.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Ranger Paul Show, where I enjoy nature so you don't have to. Today I've got an exciting episode for you, so come along with me. Let's go meet a friend. It's been a hot season for mysterious animal activity. My good friend Farmer John Crockett was awoken by wailing and shrieking last night. The kind that she found in the goat band can only be described as grisly. It was grisly. So I've been poking around down by the water. I want to show you something that I found. Well, I'm down lakeside at camp, and look what we have here. This is akin to a large tridactyl dinosaur from the late Jurassic period, I would say. Gauged from the depth of the heel print and the overall size, I'd estimate this creature weighed between 900 and 1,100 pounds. Jeepers, we got over 36 inches, so I'd guess he's 11 feet tall. We got scale pad, and that indicates a reptilian morphology. Well, these are his claws, and they're useful for pinning his prey while he devours his meal. He's clearly bipedal because there's another footprint up there. So that frees up his arms for clutching and shredding his prey while he gnashes and attacks from above. But look what we have here. We got some slime. Oh, this is good stuff. So this is fresh right in here. That's older, but this is fresh. Now the fresh stuff, that's highly caustic. You shouldn't touch it. So when you got slime, that means you got a den. Now if you got a den, you got cubs. Now if you got cubs, you got a highly protective female. She's a pro. I'm out of here. I quit.
Come, children, gather round here. Heed my warning true. If you swim after midnight, it could be the end of you. I heard from old man Crockett, who heard from Hermit Jake. He was told by Auntie Zelda there's a monster in the lake. Little Daisy, sweet and crazy, full of mischief, full of fun, went swimming after midnight, and she never came back home. It might be a turtle, it might be a snake. Don't dip your toes where the swamp grass grows, there's a monster in the lake. The monster lies in waiting at the bottom of the lake. His favorite things are eating you and keeping you awake. His eyes are liquid lasers, he's got caustic acid breath. His fangs are like bananas and his shriek presages death. This evil beast would like to feast, at very least, on skinny dippers with massive paws and razor claws, a prehistoric Jack the Ripper. Well, that, folks, is my show today, half of which is true. Whichever half you don't believe, that is up to you.
Whoa, that is terrifying. After this, I'm going to have to sign up for some Facebook conspiracy theory groups or something. Wow. Ranger Paul, it's a great show. You've got really great production values going on. Who knew that the guide service had that much cash to spend on video editing? All right, I think I'm getting over it. Hey, let's get back to some tunes. Maine Fiddle Camp, one thing we love are New England tunes. And whenever you come back to the Maine live camp, I bet you will find a way to have Peter and Emeline play us some tunes as we're sort of coming in to eat breakfast in the morning. It's what they usually did down in Montville. So they got a couple tunes for us. I think they got the Steamboat Quickstep, Christina's, and Barber's. So let's turn it over to Peter and Emeline.
You know, it's at moments like this that I really need a rubber chicken hat.
Yay, Peter and Emeline. Man, I love those tunes, and I can just sort of picture myself sleepily walking towards the dining hall and walking in the front door and hoping that there's still pancakes by the time I make it up to the table. Well, hey, it's been a great variety show so far. For this next little chunk, I kind of thought of a theme. Lots of communities in the summer or early fall will have what they call Porch Fest. There's one in Portland that's usually in September. And if you've never heard of that, a neighborhood will just sort of say, we're having a Porch Fest. And, if you've got a pickup band, you can play on your own porch. And they sort of have an afternoon of music. And it's a great way, kind of like Fiddle Camp, you can just sort of share performing. So we've got a bunch of acts that are all on a porch. And the first one we're going to visit is down in Kittery, Maine, with the McEachern family. Let's check it out and see what's going on.
To the rim.
Wow. It's too bad that we can't go to Maine Fiddle Camp in person this year. Wait, I have an idea.
What's that? See you next year.
All right, thanks, guys. I love it. It really is a state of mind. If you want to have a fiddle camp experience, just get together and play some music. It's that easy. So we had some tunes at Porch Fest. We've got 3 more parts of Porch Fest. 3. Next up, let's have a song. And who better to get a song from than Mary Song. She's got one called How About You? Hey, Mary, let's hear it.
Good evening, Maine Fiddle Campers. It's nice to see you. I was here a year ago in June at the first virtual camp, and I've been thinking all winter about coming back this year. So through the long, cold, dark nights, I thought of a jazz standard called How About You, and I wrote my own lyrics. So thanks to my friend Brian Weyland, who's let me use his equipment and his house and his studio. Thank you very much. I'm going to sing my own version of How About You, and I want you to listen and see how many references I make to Maine Fiddle Camp. Thanks. snack and burger tune. How about you? I like the campfire side when the dance is through. I like blueberry pancakes, fresh mussels, and lemonade. How about you? I'm mad about good tunes. Can't get my fill. And Daniel Hawkins looks give us a thrill. Eating popcorn at the talent show when all the lights are low may not be new, but I like it. How about you? Let's see, what else? Oh yeah. I like a banjo riff. Da-da-da-da. How about you? I think the used to riff. Chicka-chicka. How about you? I like the great horn orchestra when we take the floor. Waltzing and twirling around, my feet don't touch the ground. Do you like that too? I like Maestro Bistro's shtick. Well, it hits the spot. And jamming late at night, that's smoking hot. Playing fast reels and double jigs, hornpipes and whistle gigs may not be new, but I like it. How about Maine Fiddle Camp is great. I like it. How about you? Down, left foot, right foot, up. Thank you. Merci.
Oh yeah, Mary's a song, swinging. We would get the lyrics to that and we could all sing it together and we could have karaoke. It would be great. Well, cool, Porch Fest, we're halfway through. We heard a tune, we heard a song. Next up, let's say you wanted to hear a tune and hear some kind of singing. Let's say you wanted some juggling. Well, you would have to ask our friend Steve Muse for that. And he took to his porch to give us something a little special. Take it away, Steve.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. Steve has been working on his juggling during the pandemic, and if you have some time, you can check out some of his other juggling videos. He's gotten really, really good. Well, that's 3 out of 4 for Porch Fest. We got our closing act for Porch Fest. Not the last one of the variety show, don't worry. We got a couple more after that. We're going to return to Brian and Aiden Weyland. Mary wanted me to make sure that I sort of thank them. They were really instrumental in helping her put together her song a little while ago. And we're going to bring them back same porch, I think. And they're going to close this out with, how shall we put this? An instrumental rendition of a traditional Australian folk song. Sure, we'll call it that. Take it away, boys. Thanks, guys. That was great. I want to say to Aiden, great playing, sweet tone. You know, some drummers, they would have reached for a penny loafer or maybe a boot, but I think the slap attack of the sandal really just sort of, you know, tied all that together. You can't beat that kind of tone. Well, that's it for Porch Fest. We got a couple more acts. We're winding things down. The last act of the variety show is always a lullaby, which will actually kind of be a pre-lullaby because there's going to be a lullaby palooza after this. Doug, I'm sure, will say more about that. But we're going to start to sort of quiet things down. We're going to sort of walk off the porch, and oh, there's a barn over there. Let's walk into that barn. I think Jay Bailey might have a song to sing for us with his fiddle. And watch out, I think about partway through the video, he's got a backup singer that makes an appearance.
We'll up and be gone to the woodland fields. And be gone to the woodland fields to gather the treasure that autumn yields. For October has come and the fruit hangs free. Why, sure there is plenty for you and me. Blackberries cluster by dells and shaws. Hedges are covered with hips and haws. Hazels are beckoning down from the tree. Why, sure there is plenty for you and me. The squirrel has gathered his winter store, his garner is full and he wants no more. He sits on his branch and to us says he, why sure there is plenty for you and me. Blackbirds and thrushes and wrens so small have berries enough to go round for all. Come, let us share in the feast so free. Why, sure there is plenty for you and me.
All right, thanks, Jay. Well, we're almost at the end. We've got a lullaby coming up, but before we sort of play that one, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'd like to thank everyone who submitted a video. It's great. You know, what makes a variety show is variety. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. Hopefully some of you are inspired maybe to, submit something the next time we do something, or hopefully have a live camp and do a variety show. There are still opportunities to perform. We're going to have a 1 o'clock camper concert tomorrow. So really, whatever you want to share of yourself, we'd love to have it. Thanks, everybody. We're going to move on to the lullaby. So normally Maine Fiddle Camp, we aren't in these little computer boxes. Normally we're in tents. And up in Montville, Maine, there's True's Pond. And there's just kind of this sense of peace you get being out there, being near the water. So Katie Newell, who's been a longtime member of Maine Fiddle Camp, has got a lullaby for us. And she walked outside near a lake. And I think it's a great way to wrap the show up. So I'll turn it over to Katie.
Hush-a-bye, Bernie croon, croon. Hush-a-bye, Bernie croon. The sheep are gone to the silvery woods. The kye are gone to the broom, broom. Kye are gone to the broom. Oh, and it's braw milk and kye, kye. Oh, and it's braw milk and kye. The birds are singing, the bells are ringing, the wild deer go galloping by, by. Wild deer go galloping by. Hush-a-bye, Bernie croon, croon. Hush-a-bye, Bernie croon. The goats are gone to the mountainside. They'll no be home till noon, noon. They'll no be home till noon. Hush-a-bye, Bernie croon, croon. Hush-a-bye, Bernie croon. The sheep are gone to the silvery woods. The kye are gone to the broom, broom. Kye are gone to the broom.
Hey, Glen, are you still there? What a great job you did running the variety show, setting it all up. Oh, what?
We had a great crop, you know.
Oh, we did. Oh, there was some real variety in there, and some fun shticks and some wonderful music.
I'm really glad we all stopped by. I mean, I wouldn't have known about all those things to watch out for without that show.
I know, an appearance of Ranger Paul. You know, we're lucky maybe once a season we get a chance for Ranger Paul to show up at Maine Fiddle Camp. Sure enough.
That's going to get syndicated. I mean, we may not see him. He may be too busy. I don't know.
There's a lot of work to be out there. But one thing for sure, when you come to Maine Fiddle Camp, you don't want to go down by the lake at night or anything. You know, follow the rules. Stay safe. Only go swimming with the lifeguard, because you never know, there might be a monster in the lake. So, but thanks for doing such a great job, Glen. I think it's time to end the variety show. And so all you Maine Fiddle Campers and everybody's watching, and it's time to head over to the main tent for a lullaby palooza. Bring your favorite lullaby. We'll have a few lullabies and then call it a day. What a great day we've had. So we'll see you all back at the main tent.